This is still a city council meeting in Gordon. They moved into executive session. People are standing around waiting. Some people have left, but there are some who are still here and probably will go in when they call. And I will for one. You can also see the television station interviewing someone over here. And I'm not going to get into that. I'm going to let them have this one because I just want them to do that. But I'm always open for all interviews from anybody. Yes. One gentleman tonight asked me, why did I go through all these little towns causing confusion? And I asked him, did he want to get on camera? And he said, no, he did not want to get on camera. And then I began to tell him, he was patient enough to listen to most of it. I told him that I was called, first of all, to Whitman with James Charles Brown III concerning him not having an office. And then I was called to Meigs, Georgia with Linda Harris, who had been put out of her office, moved to another office, and later moved from that office, as well as taken her power stripped from her and given to a city manager. I also told him that I left there, and I was also called to Dawson, Georgia, where Chris Wright had been shot 6 times and left in his yard. I then told him I was called to Gordon, Georgia, and then I was called to Lumpkin, Georgia. And by the way, that ambulance is here because we had a councilman to almost pass out. It was hot in there, and of course his wife came and took him to the hospital to a doctor. And so that's why they're there. Then I told him that there are other little small towns and that the governor and the Secretary of State, as well as the Justice Department, are fully aware of what's going on. And I will entertain any questions from anyone. There's no need to just talk. I mean, that's why I'm here, to answer the questions. And if I am in error, then of course I would like for anybody to tell me in front of the camera what the problem is. But there's one thing I do know, that if the governor called me in, I will not have to say a word. If Secretary of State Brian P. Kemp called me in, I will not have to say a word. Or if the Georgia Attorney General Sam Olens called me, I won't have to answer a thing. All I would have to do is to give him the contacts in all of these towns that called me and who know what is going on in these particular cities. And the record, the documented record, as well as videos of how mayors have been blocked out of their office, are treated like no other mayors in the history of these various cities. And this is the truth. And not only as I receive it, but as it has been documented. And once again, I told this young Caucasian brother that, and at the end of it, I told him, thank him for asking the question and for listening. Because once again, it's not about what I say or what I do. It's about the American people and those who serve in foreign nations. Once again, this is the Ghetto Free Press, and I'm George Buster Rhymes, doing what I do because it must be done.